Good morning, everybody. What's up, Christy?
Listen, it's summer break. Look it, we should be there.
I don't want to be there.
I want to be there.
Listen, I think everyone who loves the ocean is crazy.
Listen, I think everyone who doesn't love the ocean is crazy.
Everything in there can kill you. The water's super gross.
Well, you know that I don't go out far enough to be eaten
Yeah.
alive.
This is
for
the
sure.
best part of the ocean is from a distance of looking at it.
The whole vibe. When you go out to California and you don't drive the streets because that's not fun. But when you get in those, beach areas, it's relaxing. It's fun. It's a whole different vibe.
No, it's not.
What do you want to go? The forest?
Me?
Yes.
Listen, I want to go to a real beach. I want to go to the Caribbean. I want to go to Florida. Like,
You like the Bahamas.
everyone who's California-based,
He says that he's not bougie, but here lies the bougie.
everyone who's California-based thinks California beaches are awesome. Once you've gone to the ones in Mexico, the Caribbean, all these other
See,
places.
I'm not going to Mexico. I'm going to get killed.
Well, you might get killed other places. I mean, honestly,
Sure.
is California a whole lot better at this point?
No, probably not. Yes.
But it sure is pretty. I will give
I
you
think
that.
we're less fuzzy with that background, Jeff.
I agree.
Listen, friend, you could go
Look,
wherever
I wore like the
you
same
want.
color as the.
You're matching.
Yeah.
The water.
I wore a white last week. I'll never wear white again. I looked gigantic. That was awful. No,
That's why I don't own anything white. Yeah,
No.
I'm too large for that.
Yeah,
morning, Monique.
agreed.
It looks like I'm wearing a bed sheet.
You have a good morning, you
That's
guys.
how I felt too. I
Yeah.
feel like some outfits need it, but it's not definitely something I'm going to pull out weekly for sure.
Yeah, no. If I ever have a choice, one of the first things I did when I got to Mojave is like, so we're gonna get some black uniforms.
Can we get the black, please?
Took me a whole 2 years, but we finally got some
You
black
did it.
uniforms. So,
You did it.
man, wild Memorial Day weekend. Man,
The beaches looked crazy.
like the beaches were crazy. Memorial Day in itself is a heavy holiday. It's
Yeah.
the kickoff of summer, and obviously everything out here is revolves around the water.
Yep.
A wild stuff going on.
Look at that.
Look at that.
Well, ironically, because a lot of the beaches are still closed in our area, or you have to have the permits, it's forcing everyone to be in this one area in Bullhead, and we are seeing the effects of that for sure.
I will say though, at least the city has put some facilities down there. They've organized it. They've
Yeah.
got it to where there's enough parking. You remember when it first opened?
Yeah,
And it was
yeah.
just chaos,
Bad.
So,
dude.
but yeah, it looked like a good Memorial Day weekend. A lot of stuff going on. I don't know if you saw that fire down at Pirates last night.
Yeah, that looked bad.
Man,
Nobody got injured, so that is good.
yeah, that's good. Gosh, look at that. All my little boat friends and boat groups were just lighting up with all pictures and videos from this, and those are obviously a pretty popular feature down there. And I guess look at that.
Bummer.
Jeez.
I'm so glad nobody was hurt. Those kinds of moments you just
Imagine if
don't
that
know.
happened a couple days earlier. Like, clearly would have been packed full of people. People would have been in there sleeping. People would have been,
Yeah.
I mean, it would have been absolutely. There would have been a couple hundred boats down
Disaster.
there. Like, whew.
They don't have a cause of the fire yet, huh? I didn't hear.
I didn't hear either.
Yeah.
Still under
But I know,
investigation.
yeah, the wind was bad, so that's why it continued on to the other ones there. It was blowing pretty good.
It was. Yesterday we laid in the pool and it was fun, but not so fun when it's windy.
It was fun, but not so fun windy.
The sun felt nice. It wasn't really cold. It wasn't really hot.
Yeah.
But the wind just is not.
And I
Ideal.
think we got the Avi fireworks back,
We did.
Yes, we did.
and they opened their pool.
They did.
You see Loki pull to Christie?
Yes. Go Loki. I was
Let's-
like, look at her going down the slide.
We're gonna have to reach out to them and see if we can't
Go
get out
visit.
there and check it out. Yeah.
Yeah, the AV had some good fireworks.
They never disappoint when it comes to
No.
fireworks, for sure.
No, great show, and I can imagine if you had a spot in that new pool, that must have been a heck of a night.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
sit in the pool and watch the
I
fireworks.
wonder if that's only adult side. Does anybody know?
I don't know.
You know what? I honestly think we've had a couple guests on that told us, and I don't remember.
I know. I feel
I
like
think-
it's
I
an
think Bo
adult
told
pool.
us. I think the
Yeah.
councilwoman told us, and
I don't know. I can't.
yeah, Shane's a slacker. I'm a great listener.
I'm a great question asker. Listening is not my best forte.
Well, maybe someone in the chat knows. I don't
Yeah.
know. We have some people watching. So.
Very cool, very cool. What'd you do, Arganda?
Well, I was down there at the AV watching the fireworks. Also went to a concert. saw Leonard Skinner,
Very cool.
and just kind of relaxed the last day on Memorial.
So my son sends me a picture, and he did something that I did when I was probably a little older than him.
Oh no, what do you do?
And he was sitting like in a parking lot listening to Leonard Skinner.
Nice.
And I laughed because I had done that with my friends before.
Yeah,
back
like
in the
not
past.
having to actually go into
Pretty
the.
cool.
And just sat there and listened to the show, and I
Yeah.
didn't tell him. I just laughed. I said, "Oh, it's like a good
Like,
time, pal." And I
I've
thought
been
I have
there.
done that a bunch of times with my friends.
Tried to peek
cool.
over the wall.
Oh yeah. So
Man, you were sick all weekend?
yeah, all weekend, great
Ah.
time.
That is no
Bummer.
fun.
I left my house once, and I needed some food and some snacks and whatnot. And,
Some necessities.
I got home and I was immediately like, all right, F this, and just went right back to bed. So
It sucks when you get
it was like a double whammy
cold.
too, because it was already Memorial Day weekend, and I decided I really wasn't going to go out on the water anyway. But then I was like, didn't
Now I
feel good,
can't go.
homebound, and I'll tell you, there were not a lot of good sports on. Like NBA playoffs, only down to one. So there's only games every once in a while, and like there's a lot of lacrosse on. I mean, it was
Indy 500.
like I said, there were no good sports on. So
He doesn't like racing. I get it.
No. My nephew graduated, so we had a family pool day in Vegas with my sister and all them. So that was nice. But we were pretty much down all weekend as well. Movie
it
days.
was kind of funny. A lot of the local people went out of town, went to Williams, went somewhere
Yeah.
else, and then everyone else fills up the town.
Williams, it's my favorite. We're actually going there for Father's Day. I know, I'm excited.
When's Father's Day?
It's the 13th, June 13th, that weekend.
Very exciting. I think I'll be traveling on June 13th.
Yeah, you should still be gone.
Yeah.
Where are you going on your vacation?
Well, I'll be in Flagstaff next weekend for a football camp, and then I'll be back to work for a couple days, and then I'm going to Pennsylvania for a few days. And
A road
then
trip. That's
then
fun.
I'm actually going to drive down to Dollywood,
Dolly.
which I still think is just hilarious, but it's my little niece's birthday. And so we're going to go down there, and it's like on the way back for my brother going back to Texas. So
Nice.
we're all going to meet in Pennsylvania, hang out, probably go watch a Pirates game, see my grandma, and then we're going to go down to Dollywood. And so I've been looking. Dollywood looks pretty cool.
It's
so.
going to be fun.
It's like a
I'm
full-blown
excited
water
for you.
park, and we talk about being spoiled, but we're used to all the crazy parks in California.
Yeah.
So if you're not in California, your options are like Florida for Disney World or Dollywood.
Or Dollywood.
So
Whatever works.
I grew up all these little rinky-dinky ones that I always thought were so awesome when I was young, and turns out they were a little
They're not.
rinky-dinky. But when you're a kid, you don't know
Like
any
Cowabunga
different.
Bay, huh?
Yeah, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So.
No, there's so much more out there to see.
Yep, should be super fun. So, and I did see Arganda out there negotiating with the salespeople for a deal today. We are at the end of a month, of
Those
course.
guys.
It's end of a holiday, end of a month. Like,
Today's the day. You want a deal? Come in and see us.
mm-hmm.
Well, do
absolutely.
you want me to show it?
Yeah, let's
Okay,
let's
we'll get
show
that
it.
out of the way. So Michelle volunteered today.
Aw, that a girl,
So
Michelle.
It wasn't easy, but we got it going. Here we go. Check it out.
Hi guys, Michelle here at Finley at the Used Car Center in Fort Mojave. I just wanted to get to show you the deal of the week. So we've got a 2020 Ford Fusion SEL. It's got
Nice.
the white exterior. And as we make our way around, we're going to be looking at our interior here. We've got beige leather,
Oh, that's fancy.
beautiful
Yeah.
center console. We've got the display there.
I'm impressed that you got her to do this on a wheel.
And as we make
Yeah.
our way
Yeah.
around, we can
'Cause
see the
usually,
large
it's like
back
pulling
seat. You
teeth.
can fit
Yes,
all your
it is.
children. It has
well, it
air
depends how many children
conditioning
you
in the
have.
back as well.
I got too many children.
You
Got
might
it
need a
in
bigger
the
car,
seat.
yeah.
Only
Yeah.
one Benjamin fits in back.
Yeah.
Hey, she did good.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for joining me today. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. My direct number is 928-361-9584. Thanks so much.
That a girl. Give them your direct number. I like it.
Yeah, I hate when they do that. It's like you're doing a video for Finley for the team.
Listen.
It's not a you video.
Yeah, no, you make it about
They all do
you.
that. No, you do your own videos
That a
for
girl.
you. Yeah, look, that's a bold move for a lady. She can get all kinds of wild messages.
Yeah, she.
Oh, yeah. She's
Good
going to do
luck.
good in that
Bold
one.
move. So
It is summer break. We have Boys and Girls Club has summer camp. Bullhead City has
Yeah.
summer camp. That's a lot to worry about when you have young ones. I mean, we're not really there anymore. They're old enough to kind of do their
I don't
own
know.
thing, you know.
Benjamin drives around, takes his sister, like.
But that is the worst part of summer when you have little ones.
So you know what's funny is I've been trying to rent a car, and it's probably not that complicated, but it's super irritating. It's so irritating. 'Cause not only I have to get one at the Pittsburgh airport, but I got to drop it off in Knoxville, and so then it's like,
Yeah.
well, then
It's a
I got
little
to
more
look.
challenging
it's
nowadays.
A full-size car is like what I consider a small car now, and like a premium car is a regular car, and I'm like, what are we
And the
doing
price
here?
difference is crazy.
Oh my
it's
God.
expensive.
I was like, I don't want to, be uncomfortable. So I was looking at something. It's like double the price. A minivan is like the most expensive thing you can rent. Which I didn't want a minivan, but I would have taken
No,
a
at
minivan.
that point, you
like,
might as well just get the big vans, you know?
I definitely don't want one of those. Those things are so rough to drive. Like
They are.
Man, they move a lot of people. And but the funny thing is, I was looking. I was like, honestly, between our bags and Benjamin, I don't know that the three of us will fit in the damn car.
You have to go
So
SUV,
I'm gonna have
sorry,
to go
friend.
at least a slightly larger car. But
Yeah. Well, and even like the smaller SUVs are not, it's not really an SUV. It's like the small ones. And you're like, no,
Yeah.
I need a big one.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. They
Mm.
tricked us all into thinking they're SUVs. Like, hey, the whole world wants SUVs.
When me and Mitchell
Let's
took our,
make a really small SUV.
our trip last year, and I got there and I was like, this is my option. These, like, he needs a bigger vehicle. Like, that's
Yeah.
not an SUV. I don't know what that is.
Yeah, no, I know it. It's good for some versatility and whatnot.
Yes.
And they're very affordable. Like, we sell a ton of Encores, but we
Traveling, you just,
they're not
want a
really
little
SUVs,
space.
Actually, I think they actually formally call them crossovers at this point. But
Which convenient, better on gas mileage.
yeah,
Let's be honest.
they're a lot less money. Like, listen, don't get me wrong. If they offered a Tahoe, I wouldn't pay for it anyway. So
You like the car, but not the money.
no,
Oh, man.
The rent money.
no, not a fan.
Let me
So-
tell you what.
And then, if I rent the car, I got to drive the damn thing everywhere.
Yeah.
Like,
Which
Benjamin's
sucks.
not old enough to
He's
drive.
not old enough.
Like, I'm going to be the only one on it. So
Well,
I
you're
have to
good-
drive everywhere.
Everywhere.
Yeah, you're a good designated driver. You don't drink, so
Well, neither does my 16-year-old.
It's
So
a
that's
Well, that's
okay.
great
true.
point. Great
Yeah.
point.
other family members.
It's
though.
such a funny thing when everyone's like, "Oh, you're a DD," and I'm like, "Wow, that is a legitimate issue for a lot of people." Like,
They're like, listen.
someone told me
invite
that.
sharing.
I laugh so hard, and I play along. I don't ever say anything. I don't be like, "Oh, look, I don't even drink."
Everyone
but,
knows.
Well, no, people don't know. They're like, "Hey, be safe out there on your boat this weekend." I said, "Oh yeah, we'll do." And they're like,
Don't gotta worry about me.
They're like, "Don't be drinking out there." And I was like, "Okay, I won't."
So I drink water.
Thank you.
I don't even drink soda.
Yeah, I know people are just being nice, but I'm always like, I'm 40 years old. I've been telling people this for as long as I've been
Years.
driving. Like, I don't know what to
Well,
tell
they
ya.
think that you're single and a party animal. They don't realize that
The
you are
funniest
like
part
the,
is-
the most mellow single guy around.
I've seen people. I hate telling these stories, but I'm gonna tell these stories anyway. So
Dude,
we'll be
tell.
out, right? And people are like, "Yeah, you remember that time, dude? We went out, we were wasted." And I was like, "I wasn't wasted." They're like, "Yeah. Remember we were at that thing?" I said, "Yeah, no, I remember. I was there."
You were wasted.
I said, like this is hanging out back
Yeah.
with Rob back in the day, and me and Rob knows I don't drink, and so he'd be sitting there, he'd look at me, and people would be telling this story. Yeah, remember you did this thing, dude? Oh my gosh, we did this, we did that, and I'm thinking, no, that didn't happen.
Wasn't me.
I
Maybe
did it
you.
sober.
You imagined a really good time, but it was not me. Whatever you're thinking was not me. So
That's funny.
yeah, all the
Hilarious.
time people tell me stories like that, and
You're
so
like,
it's
yeah.
pretty funny.
No, I watched you be an idiot.
Yeah.
That was cool.
That is half the reason I don't go out. Is like once you guys get past that point, it's like okay.
No fun for the sober guy.
Be the sober guy in a room full of drunk people. It is not a good time.
No, honestly, when I was pregnant, my first pregnancy, I tried to be nice and be the DD and go into this bar, and people are bumping into you and like spitting all over you as they're talking, and you're just like
Ugh.
this. And I was like, I can never, like, no, this is the worst thing. Get me out of here. I'm going to freak out and punch everyone
Yes.
right now. It was the worst thing ever.
So
You don't
you know
realize
I-
how annoying people are.
You
until
know I
you're
like river
sober.
dogs.
Yeah.
I love their food. Their food is so good, and it's all but a guarantee. I go in there with my son, and somebody wants to talk to us.
Ugh.
And the
Are
first
they
thing
like
they do
slurring
is
the-
hand on the shoulder, and they're like, "What are you guys eating here?" And you're like, "Oh my
hate
lord!"
that.
Like, So you got this drunk guy all in your face,
Oh
and
no.
I got about 3 seconds of patience in me, and I'm like,
Okay, bud.
and what's really cool is the girls that work in there, they know I'm not the most sociable
They're like,
person.
"Move it
They're like, "Hey,
along."
Bill, let me get you out of here."
You give
pretty
him the
funny.
please help me look.
Yeah, no, it's the dear God to get this person away from me. So, but very much
That's
appreciated.
funny.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Hey, the summer movies are back. That's
Yeah.
exciting. They always do the little movie special, which is
So I
super
was so
cool.
mad. I want to go see a movie this weekend. I rarely want to go see a movie.
What'd you wanna see?
I want to go see The Machine with Burt Kreischer.
Oh.
It's gonna be awesome, and I actually think
gonna
it's.
be
I think it might only be at the Laughlin movie theater because it wasn't at the Avi.
You know?
Yeah, it's like kind of a weird.
You should have
movie.
went to see Little Mermaid.
What's
then.
the movie
I
you
definitely
want to
gonna
see?
I want to see The Machine.
Oh,
Well,
The
this is
Machine.
pretty cool, though. As a family or grandparents, you don't have to spend much money. You can go and have a nice day.
Listen, that is a good deal
Yeah.
because
I mean, the
most of
popcorn's
the time,
like outrageously
the kids haven't
priced.
seen these
just
movies
kidding.
anyways. I guess it is.
It is.
Again, I'll complain for everyone since everyone never wants to say it, but my large popcorn is like this big now. It's like this big.
And you don't
Remember-
get a free refill. I love a
Yeah.
free refill.
Remember the buckets used to be
Oh,
like
yeah.
this
The
big?
big
I mean,
bucket.
it was an obnoxious amount. If some kid spilled that popcorn, it was like a tidal wave going,
yeah.
you know?
Well, and you buy the large because you want to take the large home as well. You want to fill it up before you leave. Then you have popcorn for the next day.
Oh, no.
My
I don't wanna do
favorite.
That.
Mhm.
That sounds gross.
Th-
No, I
That's
do.
too much
It's
popcorn.
delicious.
It's
No,
way too much popcorn.
It's so good.
But we like to get, so me and my daughter get it and split it, and then we get the Bunch of Crunch, and we put it in
Put
our
on-
popcorn.
Ew, no.
It's the
Well, it's like
greatest
M&Ms,
snack
I guess.
ever. Oh, it's the only place in the world I do it, and it's so good. But now it's like, this popcorn, then if Benjamin wants some, there's not enough.
Yeah,
and
you have to
then-
buy two.
Yeah.
At least maybe
And
three.
everybody wants their own water, so that's like $8, So if you can go see a movie for free, it's a pretty good time. Then
That
you
is
got
a good time.
You got a little extra money for snacks.
Yeah,
So.
That's right.
especially during summer, it's nice to have somewhere to cool off. I mean,
Definitely.
Really funny. We all talk about it, but these kids get bored fast.
they get bored
Mm-hmm.
fast.
Yeah, like they go from
Or
school
they're
and all this
gaming
stuff.
24/7, and you don't want that either.
No,
No.
Want them outside.
no. I was talking to my best friend a couple days ago, and we were talking about how someone was playing video games. And I laughed. I said, "Buddy, do you remember we used to stay up to like 2 a.m. playing Street Fighter? Just the same thing, same button combo
Over and over again.
and over and over."
Wow.
And this kid's playing some like unbelievable real world game,
Yeah.
and we're like, "What's this kid doing?
What
a
is
nerd,"
happening here?
And we're like, "Yeah, we did."
I have two extremists. My son is very into gaming, and his son is very into not. So it's like this world of like, sometimes they collide and play each other, but most of the time, I'm like dragging one out of the room to go where the other one's going. I don't know.
Such is the family dynamic, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah.
why we should all just play football, and everything would be better.
Just play football 24/7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
I
We got
posted
the
a
Chef's
meme
Fest.
yesterday, and it was
Oh, what
like,
did it
it says, me at 40 thinking I got all this life ahead of me, and the announcer watching the NBA games like, 32 years old, he's an anomaly in this league. Oh.
Oh, boy.
Like when you hit 40, it's all downhill.
Yeah. all
Welcome to the
downhill,
dark
so.
side.
So yeah, we got a bunch of events
Yeah,
coming up.
the Chef's Fest is this Thursday. I believe, 33 years. I
Wow.
believe they missed 2 years during Corona fiascos, but they are back, and it should be better than ever.
And did Tony buy a table for this?
Yeah, we got a table. Yes, yes, yes.
Are you going?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Well, if
Well-
you don't, it's $100 per person. So that's a
Yeah.
We're leaving to California, so I'm hoping to leave Thursday night. So you want the tickets?
I don't eat that.
I do.
Yeah.
Oh, listen, Jeffson.
Oh, I'm sure he is.
I got 2
Yeah.
tickets
I love to
available.
eat.
Listen,
All right.
I'm sure Tony. Did Tony fill up that table yet?
I have it full.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I'm just
I wasn't invited.
you don't eat that.
I don't eat and I never go. I'm like, yeah, I'll be there, and I never
It's like
show up.
I ask, certain people would be like, oh, I never get asked to go anywhere. So then I continuously ask them to go, and they're like, well, no, I don't do that. Oh, no, I don't want to. Oh, no. And I'm like, okay, I'm just going to continuously ask you, so you can't say I don't ask you, but you'll never go where I'm asking you to go.
I do like to be invited, but I just don't want to go.
I know.
That's okay.
That's okay. We have our mixer coming up as well. I'm super excited about
Which
that.
I'm bummed because we're
You're
going to have
gone.
good food, and I'm
Yeah.
not going to be there.
No.
Oh man.
Yeah.
We have the barbecue truck. We have the pink box coming for dessert. We have a band playing.
powerhouse.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is featured in one of our own. So
Yeah.
really,
That's right.
really going to be a lot of fun. We're going to have a good time, and we're hoping that the heat's not too crazy yet because we're going to move some of it outside, and it's going
It
to be
always
fun.
feels like it's going to be disasterful, but it always works out.
Yeah, we've had a good time with the last couple,
Mm-hmm.
and you know, we like to do them a little bigger, a little better. So we're gonna have a little live music, a little hangout.
I'm excited about the live music. That's just
Yeah.
the vibe.
Pretty
that
cool, yeah.
changes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, super exciting.
Parking's going to be a little challenging.
Yeah, I tried to get a rapper instead of a live band. We couldn't pull it off. No, just kidding.
He's kidding.
Hey, we should have got. We have like 4 DJs that work for us. We should have got the DJs to have like a DJ off.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
That would've been
Ulysses
hilarious.
Maybe
is
next
good.
time, huh?
Yeah, Matt.
Matt
would be like
"Too
the ringmaster
cool,
DJ.
okay, too
Yeah.
Yeah.
cool."
But yeah, parking is going to be challenging. So what we kind of decide is we'll kind of direct people and shuttle them back and forth, and if need be, we can clear off the back lot and make room. Unfortunately, while we're under construction, we are a little limited on
Yep.
parking space.
We
but
even have to walk so far.
Yeah, we do.
I know it wasn't that bad when it was like nice out.
Yeah, it's
Now
getting
it's
hot.
100 degrees at 9 in the
Yeah.
morning.
Listen, I was mad if it was raining. I was okay if it wasn't. And now on the days when you get there at like noon
I
and
know.
miss all the parking,
Today's
and
gonna be
have to
one of those
park
days.
far
Yeah,
out.
it's super annoying.
Gonna
Yeah.
cry like a baby.
We are whiners.
I know.
I
Not that
literally,
can't use the walk, 'cause
literally
I can.
whined walking up there, and I looked over, and those dudes building that building are just hucking cinder blocks in the middle
Yeah.
of the day, and I was like,
Okay, we don't
Why
have
am
it
I
so
crying?
put my head down and limp into my office, you know?
Dude, it's
Wah,
pretty
wah, wah.
impressive to watch them.
Yeah, they're awesome.
Yeah, I mean,
Hustlers.
it is just like in motion.
It's going up quick.
Yeah, and if you're following our page, Jeff's posting updates. That building's going up fast.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, super exciting.
Really cool.
So what else is coming up? I feel like
We
we had
have
a lot more
the
stuff.
Kiwanis Rum and Rock. That's going to be on the 14th. That'll be fun.
I feel like every event has turned into trying to rhyme, or not rhyme, but like get two
Yeah.
words.
Well, they usually
Start
do
with the
wine
same
and
letter.
jazz, and they've switched it over to Rum and Rock.
Rum and
this-
rock.
Yeah.
Tell me wine and jazz wasn't getting it done?
No, I think it got a little boring after so many years.
They X'd it out
So
with the
listen, it still says wine and jazz BHC. so
crossbone and
it's-
skulls is crossing it out.
It's
though.
see, look.
But I do laugh
Rum and
because
rock.
I remember saying at one point wine and jazz, and everybody looked at me like I was crazy, and now they switched it. So,
Now they switched it.
yeah. Like,
Yes.
I'm aware that I'm not up for either, but
Again, don't invite me. I don't like it.
yeah.
I
We
don't wanna
supported
do
this
it.
one though.
Yeah, we did. We did. What about so Mojave Valley Little League? They have the TOC and the All Stars. That's always super exciting. You know, those are the games that you wait for all year, especially when you have the travel ball kids. You know, you wait.
So I'll tell you my
then you
old
get to
man
build your
story.
teams. Did you win?
We won state. So we went to TOC, but then our all-star team, where you bring in all the best
Yeah.
and go, we won state 2 years in a row.
Oh, that's fun.
And that was Bullhead City Little League. And it's so funny because everybody's like, you know, baseball. And I'm like, I played baseball my
You're like,
whole
listen, I
life."
played baseball.
Yeah. And
I
was
just like to talk
"Get me
smack
out."
about it.
Yeah.
The first year me and Mitchell got together, they won the whole Kingman. It was a big deal.
Yeah.
That's pretty fun.
I remember we so the funny story, you know, everyone's moved here from somewhere. Me and
Yeah.
like 3 other good athletes all moved into town the same year. And so they always have these drafts where, you know, hey, these new people, they just get thrown on a team. So we had all
Yeah.
these new people got thrown on a team. And so it turns out it was me, Alan Rivera, and I can't remember who the other person was. And we ended up winning the thing. It was so
like-
funny because all these people in town have been playing Little League together forever. We're
Forever.
so mad.
Like, what are those three
And
doing
obviously, I
out
then
there?
went to high school with them for years. We became good friends and whatnot. But like the A's were supposed to be the, you know, world beaters and this and that. I think they're still mad
It's
about it
rough
when I
when
see
you
them.
move
So
into this town.
yeah, that's why we kicked their butt.
Yeah, good job.
And we played baseball across from the fire. It's no longer there, so it's a splash pad now.
Dude, that is such a cool splash pad.
I know.
Really
So it's
is.
really wild. I saw a bunch of people complaining about it online.
Charging, it looks like they charge weird.
I believe they're charging non-residents
To
So-
park, right? Or
yeah,
to
I
get
believe
in?
so.
Oh.
I think it's they're charging non-residents a parking fee down there.
I
So.
want to say maybe residents get charged too, just cheaper.
Well, I saw the mayor arguing with someone in the comments. I was watching, you know, listen, I'm going to tell you guys, I was homesick and I was bored
like,
out of
what
my
is going
mind.
on here?
I posted so much nonsense and I watched so much stupid stuff. I was sitting there and I'm a sports person. I'd rather, but there's just nothing to watch. And so I'm sitting there and I'm looking, I'm like, oh man, someone just blasted the city. And I look and it's Mayor Steve answers back. And so I got the whole lowdown.
I was kind of
like,
surprised
oh,
at
man.
who was posting about it too. I was like, oh, this is
Hey,
interesting.
but the people made a good point, and they said something like, but listen, if we live in Fort Mojave, we're not tourists. And I was like,
yeah, that's fair.
because I remember I tried to launch at Rotary Park one day, and they treated me like I was an out-of-towner. I was like, I'm
We're like,
playing
listen,
football.
I'm local.
we were playing Firebird over there, so we had a Firebird practice, and then I went to go launch my boat after that, and I was like,
They want to charge you $20 like the Californians.
it's not like even a big deal, but I was like,
That is a
just seemed
big
kind
deal.
of weird. So I just drove to Jack Smith. Like,
I'm out of here.
yeah, I don't know. Whatever.
How much is it
So,
down there?
I buy a season pass,
Mm.
and I have no idea, but I launch like 30 times a year, so it ends up being like pennies on the dollar.
Yeah. Yeah, no, we gotta stay one. Whether you're Fort Mojave, Bullet City.
Well, it's
that's
tough
a
for the
little-
city being a government agency, and
No, sorry.
I don't like paying city sales
gonna
tax,
support you.
so I have to. When I have
like
to
this
pay to
guy.
park once in a while, I'm like, yeah, well, I didn't pay city sales tax, so
Yeah, it's still hard to say that we live on the Bullhead City side.
yeah.
I'm like one street over. If I'm one street on the
So-
other side, I'm back in my Fort
So
Mojave.
the irony
roots.
is, Christy lives here, I live here, I do the Mojave thing. You are in Bullhead City and do the River Valley thing.
Yeah. When I moved, I was like, oh man, I'm gonna have to write a letter and convince them to keep my kids in the school. And
Yeah.
then you didn't have to.
Open
at that
enrollment.
point. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was weird.
It's
It's
pretty
still
funny.
hard. I still want to say
You
Fort
just drive
Mojave.
twice as far to go to school, no big deal.
Yeah, not me, the kids. But I'll tell you what, when I have to drive there, I'm like, good God, this is ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, but it's pretty funny. And
That is funny.
yeah,
Listen, red, green.
we should have just make one school,
I
be
know.
black and gold.
We've said this.
Black and gold.
We've said this since
Everything should be
Vipers
black
and
and gold.
Firebirds.
I know.
Christy will argue it's got to be some red.
Ugh. But I don't like green either, to be honest. So
I like the gold and red. Let's go.
Ground
gold
red.
and red. Ah,
Oh
so
boy.
gross.
Too far.
Yeah. Ugh.
Black
funny.
and red is always good.
Yeah.
Black and gold is always good.
When all those kids played Firebirds, it was red, and everything we had, you end up collecting like red hats, red tennis shoes, red shorts, like red everything, red undershirts,
Well,
red
and ours
whatever.
was green. We
Yes.
were Vipers.
And then you switch it, and you're like,
I have a whole closet full.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of kids,
And
check
Venom
this out.
too was all green. Yeah, I thought this was super cool.
Yeah.
Heatwave has some summer programs going on as
this
well.
is how you know I was bored. I commented on this also. So
Very affordable, all ages.
Get
yes.
your kids
and
in
listen,
there, yeah.
I'm gonna tell you, as a coach, as a parent, getting good instruction when a kid is learning how to lift
Yeah.
is super important, because you can get in, you can get away with doing it wrong for a long time, but then you get into high school and you start pushing your body and you start putting some weight on the bar, and you don't do it right. A, you're gonna have to undo what you've been doing to learn it the right way,
Yeah.
and B, you are probably gonna have an injury or at
Yeah.
least train the wrong thing. And so if you are a young person and you want to learn, and I'll tell you, I'll be 100% honest, I brought Mitch in and had him train my group of guys when they first got in and started lifting. We had a class of about 20 guys, and Mitch came in and trained them on the basics. So
He's really cool. The nice thing about these programs is it's hard to get, once they're teenagers, to get them to do something different and get them out of their comfort zone. This, if you can start them at these younger ages, they're out of their comfort zone. Everybody else is starting as well, and they can kind of learn, and it becomes
And I'll
not
tell
so
you,
awkward, you know?
There is nothing harder than going in and telling a kid, you need to take a bunch of weight off and do it the right way.
The right way.
And
You're like,
then-
what?
Oh, my gosh. So
They don't
learn
like
the
that
right
part, huh?
way. Yes, learn the right way. Parents, if you're able, spend the money, go get good instruction, learn a lot of the good lifts that you're going to be doing for the rest of your life. And,
Yeah.
It'll
Well,
pay
and the
off,
thing
yeah.
about it is if you
and
can
then
get them
come play football for
comfortable,
Shane.
or River Valley, if you can get them comfortable in a gym while they're young, then those habits become habit. So
Absolutely.
let's do
I
it.
laugh. I have videos of taking Benjamin to the gym like 5 or 6. And,
Aw. Did he have cut off shirt too?
yeah, I probably did. And, and he didn't really lift, but he hung out and he kind of got familiarized
comfortable.
and taught him some basics. And, I think it helped him transition because, he's a big, strong kid now. But at first, he was just a young,
Yeah.
a young kid, didn't really know what he was doing. And but being comfortable in that setting helped a lot. So
Coach Clark really changed Vinny's view of a gym and, wanting to do more and learning to do more. And then Drayton had a summer with Billy Fregoso in the gym and really transitioned his body, his attitude, his confidence. And it was just because he got to learn what to do and how to do it, so it was pretty cool.
It's so funny. I always get the River Valley Mojave bias stuff, right?
Of course.
But the funny part is I see Billy in the gym all the time, and we talk sports and kids and all this stuff, and then I'm like, oh, yeah, the guy I don't like, okay.
Hi.
Like, people talk
We always talk all the
Yeah,
time.
everybody's always so mad, always talking all
yeah.
this crap, It's so funny.
No. You know what the thing about it is most coaches are pretty reserved kind of in their spaces. And so people take that as an issue. But the truth of the matter is when you're on the field, of course you're in those spaces. That's your zone. When you're off those places, everyone shares the same values,
So I tell my football guys the same thing. It's like at the end of the day, you are a very small amount of people who play this game. And
Yeah.
yes, you will compete against people. But at the end of the day, those people are more similar to you than most other people.
Yeah, you'll
And,
have more to talk about.
And it's a small football world. Like you'll find people you played against in youth, in college, in your adult life, and things like that. And you'll have an instant connection. Like that is your brotherhood right there. And
Yeah.
In the moment you compete, but after that, you're more one and the same.
Yeah.
People just don't think about it like that.
No. Well, and I do think we're probably seeing that collide a little differently, like Colin Smith when he sent back from the Aces Awards. Like, I played baseball with those guys. Like, so cool to be up against them. We were kind of seeing that transition happen a little bit. So it's exciting when you see the banter off the field and, game time on the field.
The only difference for some of those is that in football, you physically hit the person.
This is true.
So
It
you're
is
like,
a whole different ball
We're
game.
buddies, but I'm also going to smash you.
I'm going to kick your ass.
So I always
like when we played you last year. It was
I
so
love
bad.
football, and it's not that like wrestling is a great sport, like clearly combat sports, but like in football, there are physical consequences that don't exist in it. Like if you can go up and you strike out on 3 pitches, you go down, you sit down, your ego's hurt, but you're not physically.
You know what I also think is soccer. Football and soccer are two very physical and physically demanding
And listen,
sports.
soccer players, I feel like you would all be great defensive backs. I think you should try out for football.
Can you just try out for football?
Yeah.
But
Great
it's,
back pedal,
I
good
spent
feet.
many years on soccer fields, and those, especially as you get older, the aggressiveness that happens with the
Yeah.
body use is wild. I mean, nothing compared to being tackled, obviously.
So the
but
funny part is, man, those girls, they hit the hell out of each other.
yeah.
I went and watched the Mojave girls the last couple of years. They're pretty tough. And, man, they just beat the crap out of
They
each
do.
other. It is so funny.
Yeah.
It's aggressive.
Yes.
It's wild.
Like, I would argue it's more aggressive than the boys' game,
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, pretty wild.
I'm glad you agree with me that you're going to argue with me on this one.
What are we arguing? Let's argue. I'm always willing.
So anyways, summertime, kids are home, parents trying to figure out what to do with them, keep them busy. Lots of opportunities, lots of different options out there to do that. So do not let them sit home. Keep them busy.
That's right.
End of the month, great deals. We're having a great new car month, which is kind of exciting.
Yeah.
We have been selling them like crazy, and that typically means that as those trade-ins get processed, we're going to end up with some better inventory next month for the used car center. Like it's just a cycle
it's a
that
big old
feeds
cycle.
itself, and we're having a great month. It's pretty exciting.
Yeah.
Lots
We're
of
still
custom-
hiring if you're looking for a job.
Listen, at this point, I'm ready to give up.
I'm giving up.
Nobody wants to work.
Everybody wants a job. Everybody wants to make money. Nobody wants to apply.
You know, the funny thing is I love that even like on Facebook you post this, and it really it's much bigger than Findlay. Like it's all over town. You hear, I want a
Everywhere.
job, I want a job, and everyone's like, I'm hiring. What's happening here?
Just do it.
Mm-hmm.
Just say you want to be an influencer and you're failing at it. That's what you really want.
Yeah.
I want to be a YouTuber.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to
I'm
watch
a failing
my
influencer.
stuff.
Da, da, da. Listen, if you don't know what you're doing with yourself, right? You have a little personality and you're willing to work hard. Come up. We will find a place for you and put you in a position to be successful and move up in our business. Most of us
You
just
could
started
maybe
out.
take a trip like this.
Yeah, very exciting to Whopping, California. Listen, I'm going to tell you the opposite
it.
of that. Don't settle for driving to California. Go to fancy trips to the Caribbean
Get
and
on an
resorts
airplane
in
and
Mexico, and
go
you can't
big.
do that if you don't have a job. So
Well, You're right about
Unless
that.
you're an influencer and you're getting people to pay for it. So.
Yeah.
Listen, guys, whatever you do this summer, make memories, take pictures,
Get a
put the
job.
phones down, get a
Work
job, work out,
Don't be a
eat
bum.
good. Don't be a bum. That's a good.
Everybody
one.
turns that like one summer off into like a 3-year slack fest.
Oh yeah, you always hate it when you hear the kids that are graduating. Like, I'm just gonna take a year off. You're like, no, why are you doing that? Go right
Yes.
now. Start now. Take a year off later.
You don't want to break their heart, but you're like, a year off of what? Like, that
Yeah.
was the easy part.
Yeah.
Yeah, good luck.
Welcome to reality. Hey guys,
Hey,
shop local.
hold on.
support
Before we
local.
go,
What?
we want to salute our troops and those
Yeah.
who served. We have some photos from the Memorial Weekend here. The reason why we had yesterday
Well,
off.
and just, to be clear, those are for those who passed away and died in service.
That's right.
And Memorial Day, not to be confused with Veterans Day, is a very, very solemn day for those who were affected by it. So,
I actually sat with a veteran, and he said it's almost a little offending when people say Happy Memorial
that's why.
Day. That it really should be, honoring you on Memorial Day.
I'll be honest, I feel super dirty, like, sharing Memorial Day stuff from not Finley corporate, like GM or whatever, for sales and things like that. And I usually just kind of post the bare minimum for things like that, because it really is a I
Yeah.
mean, they always say in business, like, it's just gloves are off or whatever else, and it's really not. Like, man, you should really be okay, observing what you value and things like that.
That's
so,
right.
Yeah.
yeah, but and I did see that we have a very unique memorial for our veterans, and I know that Mayor Steve is very connected to that, and looked like a really nice ceremony down there. So,
If
Very
you
cool.
haven't had a chance to go there, you should take your children there.
and if it's too hot, you can watch the Finley spotlight on it.
You can.
And,
That's right.
You can, but definitely, you would not. It just changes how you feel. It kind of takes your breath away. It's a lot. There's a lot of
And,
names on the wall.
You go down during the week. There's probably not anybody there. It's very nice scenery, and then of
Yeah.
course all the monuments and things like that. So, pretty exciting.
Yeah. Yes. Do you have our flyer up, Jeff? Oh, we did our flyer. All right.
Yeah, we already did it. We're
Okay.
We're good.
We're in.
We're solid today.
Happy Tuesday, guys.
Back to work.
Back to work.
Surviving after a
Who do we
3-day
have on
weekend.
Thursday?
Who do we? Oh, we have Felicia Keika from Los
Okay.
Lagos.
There we go.
Yes.
So tune in Thursday.
Lots of new things happening over there. If they have not caught your attention, you should check it out. They are trying to
I'm really
catch
happy
attention.
they let me change the channel when we were down there at the chamber
They
thing.
did, so you could watch whatever.
So I could watch the basketball game on this giant wall of televisions. It was
Nice.
fantastic.
Yeah, listen,
Yeah,
I
cool.
will say that about them. If you have something going on, they are very, very, very easy to work with. The room that they have created, they've redid the whole thing. It's absolutely beautiful.
You know what else they did that I really liked? They just
What?
gave me the remote and said, "Go crazy."
look at
I
look
was
at
like,
this.
"Really?"
All right, there you go. They have a lot of stuff going on
Simple
Friday
things
nights.
for Shane. Simple things.
Simple things.
All right.
Well, it's nice when you go in somewhere and you feel like it's Cheers. Yeah.
They didn't know
So-
my name though.
I bet they knew your name. Anyways,
We're
guys,
gonna find out.
shop local, support local. Have a good day.
See you Thursday.
Take a trip.
Bye bye.